Hey, so this is just a quick rundown of the lead portal. As you can see here, this is exactly the pipeline you get access to. And so this is how it works. Basically, the verified leads come through here. They're exclusive to each contractor, and also they're in real time. So as they drop into the pipeline, you know they are literally brand new leads. They've literally like opted in within the last kind of 30 seconds for more information on price estimates. So they appear here automatically, and essentially the software will move these cards around. You can move them manually like this. You drag and drop them into the designated places. You can see the pipeline extends out that way, and to track it right the way through to close. But essentially, the software will automatically move these cards around, these lead cards around, up until this point here. So if the software tries to connect to yourself and a lead automatically, and the lead doesn't answer, you'll come in here and you'll see that the lead has actually populated that column. If they've responded to a text message, obviously the software will automatically update that and move the lead to that column. If you've actually been on a connected call, or the software will recognize that too, and it will leave it in the call connected. So these first four columns are essentially automatically updated by the software. And then it's really up to the contractor, based on what they've talked about, as if they're not quite ready yet. Maybe they want you to reach out to them next month, 4 weeks time or something like that. If you've got an estimate appointment set, you can just drag and drop them over to here so that you can understand where the pipeline is, and if we have any problems, then they're easy to identify because we understand where things aren't working right. And of course, if things are all working really well, then we've got plenty in the estimate accepted column. And then obviously with that, you can not only can we feed this information back to the big advertising platforms to improve your lead quality coming in the first place. We also can make sure that you're getting the return on investment that you should be getting from the investment with us, purchasing the leads in the first place. So that's a quick rundown of how it works. Now, let me show you the layout of actually what happens in real time when the verified lead comes in, because maybe 2.5, 3 years ago, we didn't used to do all of this or automated follow-up. We just used to find some leads, we'd forward them on to contractors and business owners, and then it was up to them to kind of reach out and chase up. And what we found was is the contact rate was very poor. We were getting like between 20 and 30% contact rate, and it was difficult to get in touch with them, and leads were just kind of dying because, for example, contractors are busy, like out on a job. You may not have time to kind of get in contact with them straight away. And ultimately, if you reach out to the leads within the first 5 minutes or so, the actual the conversion rate increases exponentially. It's crazy. We get like about an 80% contact rate of all of the leads that come into these pipelines. About 80% of them will actually respond to our follow-up and actually speak to you, on the phone or via text message, that sort of thing, to get appointments scheduled. So it's really unprecedented how much this has improved our system over the last kind of 18 months to 2 years since it's been implemented. We roll out updates quite frequently with this. We're constantly improving, constantly making it better. Which is why people that we decide to work with, they tend to stay with us for quite a long period of time, which is good, because then we can build a relationship, we get to trust each other, and it all works very well. So this is the layout of the new pipeline. So essentially, what happens when a new lead comes in? It's fresh and it's exclusive in real time. So the first thing, these are the decisions that the software bases its actions off. So first of all, it says, is it during office hours, which are customizable. If it's not in office hours, we still send a confirmation text to them immediately, like 1 minute after they've submitted the forms and whatnot for some, for a estimate appointment. So what we do is we send them a confirmation text, and many of those people will actually respond to that text. But those that don't, what we do is, so if they haven't responded to that text, and what we do is we actually wait in line, that it won't do anything else, the software, until it becomes what you designate as your office hours. And then what it will do is it will actually auto-connect a call between the contractor and the new lead. So what it will do is it will ring your phone, and it will say, hey, your new lead, Tom Church, has requested a call back. Press 1 to be connected. You press 1 and it actually calls your lead. Now, the next decision within the software, it says, was the call connected? If you actually spoke to that lead and the call's connected, which happens kind of 25 to 30% of the time, they'll actually answer and you'll just speak. And then what we do is we remove them from any further follow-up sequences. So from that point forward, it's up to you to get the appointment scheduled and then update the stages to when that's happened. But what we do is we actually just say, okay, well, we'll update that lead in the pipeline so that we know that the call has been connected, and then there's no further follow-up, and it's just up to you to get the appointment set, and hopefully quote accepted. So if the call was not connected, so if the call is not connected at any time, what we do is we update the pipeline stage so that we can see that we've tried to connect a call, but it's not happened. And then what we do is we actually use text message and SMS follow-up, and essentially we get about an 80% response rate from these text messages. It works insanely well. It's the best thing that we've done and implemented in the last 2 years is using text message to follow up. And essentially what we do is we put them into, it's an automated 5-day follow-up sequence. So we just touch base with them via text message over the next kind of 3, 4, 5 days, 5 days in most cases. And if at any point they respond to the text messages, they're not salesy, they're not high pressure, anything like that. They're very easygoing. They're just saying, oh, hey, just circling back round, wondered if you wanted to get your estimate appointment scheduled. Is there a good day this week maybe? And if at any point they respond to that automated follow-up text, what we do is we update the pipeline again, and we put them into the text message response. So that everybody knows that they're a responsive lead, and we need to look in the conversations tab, and then you can see that there's a two-way text message system. And what we do at the same time that happens, as the response comes in, what we do is we send a notification text to the contractor, and within that text message there's a call link. So at your convenience, would recommend as soon as possible you click the link in the text message, and you'll understand what the response was, because it will say your new lead, Tom Church, has responded to the text message. He said Tuesday or Wednesday next week. You'll see that in the text message, and then you just press a button in the text message, and then it attempts to connect a call between yourself and the lead. And again, if the call is connected, we remove from any further follow-up. And then we update the stage to call connected, and it's then up to you to set the appointment, move it over into the set appointment, etc., etc. If we do not connect, we know that they've responded. If they don't connect, we leave them in the follow-up sequence, and then we carry on nurturing them. At some point we're going to get a positive response out of them in most cases, and then what happens? So if these leads don't respond so if you can't connect via a call and they haven't connected to the text message follow-up, what we do is we actually auto remove those non-responsive leads from the pipeline stage, and then what we do is we periodically run database reactivation campaigns, and as well as non-responsive leads, we also put leads that haven't materialized into work. So they may have had quotes, you may have spoken to them, they weren't quite ready, it's really easy, like when you've got a volume of leads to control, it's very easy to forget and miss out on leads. So what we do is we put them into an automated database reactivation campaign where like a month later, we'll just drop them a quick message. Hey, I just wanted to just touching base with you to see if you got your, your patio deck floor sorted. And you'd be surprised how many times those what would otherwise be dead leads, we kind of reactivate them, and it just jogs their memory and say, yeah, actually, we're looking at the moment, and can you come and do us an estimate? So we don't waste the leads. We constantly regenerate leads that would otherwise be non-responsive. So that's a rundown of how the kind of outreach and follow-up system works. And like I say, we're getting insanely high contact rates off this, and it's working very well at the moment. On several contractors are running this exact system as we speak, and it's working really well. So the other feature within here is if somebody, so when you have a conversation, this is just my test account, so there's going to be some bits and bits in there. But when somebody responds to a message, not only will we deliver that notification to you, but you can log on here on your laptop or whatever, and then you can actually see the two-way conversation in here. You see, so you can see that there's a two-way conversation and it manages, like, it tracks all of the calls, inbound, outbound calls, and red if they were not connected, green if they were connected. You can see, you can see the type of conversation that happens within here. And if someone said, Tuesday and Thursday, you've tried to call them, but they say they've not answered and you can't get in touch with them, you just come and drop in here in the evening or whatever, or whenever you can, as soon as possible. And you just click on the SMS and you say, hey, tried to call, I can do 2 p.m, please send address. And then you just click enter and it sends it straight to the contact. So it really is, it's as simple as that, but the response rate we get out of this is insanely good. It's very, very good, and it removes so much work for the contractors. So this is why it's so successful right now. But yeah, I just wanted to run that down. This is long enough, so I hope it all makes sense, and I'm going to reach out to you again real soon.